got a refrigerator that I don't want to open for obvious reasons. Neat old wallpaper there from the 1950s. Has a smell. Hear these noises. This is what would have been the parlor or living room. Once again, it's got some very old wallpaper. And that doorway was probably enlarged at some time. And it had a fireplace mantel over here that's now missing. Looks like it was about this tall. Because it has a shallow firebox. Most likely they burned coal in this one. Okay. Let's go to another room here. That is a transom window that probably went right there above the front door. Still has a baseboard trim. And here is a porch post. Don't know if it went to this one originally or not. Might get used again. Okay. Now that one's going to be fun. No handrail. That's just take your chances, I guess. Okay, so that would have been the living room. This is the kitchen. Maybe a dining room here. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's got the corner blocks from the Victorian era. Looks like the floor slopes that way just a little bit. Rather than repair the plaster ceilings, it looks like what they did is they just put some burring strips on there, and then they put this fiberboard acoustic tiles on that. Would have been better just to take the plaster off the ceiling and put drywall up there. But in any case, this is where the porch used to be. There's a side porch. You can still see the outline of the side porch if you look on the outside. And this appears to be the original wood siding on the house. It looks like at some point, a long time ago, it's painted kind of a green color. Now you see up there on the eaves, see the rafter ends? Those are nicely detailed. Can you zoom in on that any?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Looking at this, what would you call it? Not a basement, but it's, okay, that's for a future swimming pool, okay? If that's concrete blocks, that looks like that was put up not too awfully long ago. And probably could be used for storage if there's some way to get to it without having to jump into it. All right. You brave enough to go down to the basement?
You want to do the upstairs first?
Hmm?
You want to do the upstairs first?
I want to be a what?
The upstairs?
You want to do that before we go downstairs?
Yeah.
Because we may never come out of that basement. You got a good point there, dog.
That's probably where a lot of the smell comes from.
Hey, let me take this off of there. I know what it's here for. They hook the dog up to it. This is really the most valuable antique piece still in this house. It's the staircase.
can cut it later.
Yeah, I was looking for a piece of broken glass, which shouldn't be hard to find in a place like this. There's a shortage of broken glass. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So, save the bones for Henry Jones. Him don't eat no meat. Yeah, can we get a walnut wheel post? Probably walnut. Nicely turned and in pretty good shape. Not any real serious damage to it. Okay, shall we go upstairs?
I think so.
Let's go upstairs. I like how this handrail here is real solid. Okay. We'll call this bedroom number 1. And this is how you get to the attic. Don't know what this was. I seriously don't know what it was. Okay. Let's see here. Nice view from upstairs. There's a BB hole right here. See that? Definitely came from outside because broke out from the inside. That means a bullet hit it. Well, the pellet hit it, whatever. Okay, let's got a good size closet in here. And look up here. Yeah, well, there's some of the original, old wallpaper. I won't call it original. Probably from the 20s or teens. Oh, see the little Chinese bridge there? Guess that's what that is. Anywho, okay. This bedroom 1.
Looks like they tried to do something here.
Yeah, they had some scrap pieces of wood, and they were trying to do something artistic. Be nice if they'd finish the job, though.
There is a wasp's nest somewhere in here, I think.
You think? Okay.
There's wasps on the window. This window.
Oh.
This window. This.
Well, look there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, we weren't going to disturb them, but I do see the wasp, and yeah, we'll kind of keep our distance. Okay. Look how they did the walls. They didn't put up sheetrock. What they put up here is MDF board. It would take a lot of work to do all the plaster work here, so the only practical way to handle this is to go ahead and just put drywall over it. That would make it look good. Okay, so this is bedroom number 2. Let's see the floor here. That floor looks like it could be either yellow pine. I think that's probably what it is yellow pine. But it's got some character to the grain. All right. Well, that won't move it on. Get it to move one bit. Well, now it did. look how thin this door is. They didn't make them any thinner than that back in the day. In fact, that's the thinnest Victorian door I've ever seen. Okay, you want to film from here down, show the staircase going down. Alright, this is room number 3 upstairs. It looks like it had paneling put up at some point in the 70s. And maybe the last thing they did before they moved out is they took the paneling down. By the way, all these holes you see, that was from people that decided that the copper wiring had more value than the walls did, so they punched holes in the wall and took the wiring out. That's insulation from upstairs. Well, no, from the wall. There it is. That's blown in insulation. And I don't understand why they didn't take the Romex. I'm getting sloppy these days, man. Okay. Same situation with the floors. They look to be in really good shape. That's because there's a metal roof up there. And that makes a world of difference. Let's see if that has the thin door too. Yeah. These were the cheapest doors you could buy back then. So obviously this wasn't a mansion. It was probably, you know, a worker's home for him and his family. Okay, now we'll go to the bathroom. Notice the old Victorian hinges on the door here. Okay. Thought I heard a wasp.
There was. I think it might be just a bee. I don't think it's a wasp.
I don't want to aggravate insects.
Not yet, at least.
Okay, this is the bathroom. Got a crack in the wall there. Had a shower at one time. See, they took all the pipes out of that. Looks like at one time they may have had tile here or something. No, that's fake tile. That's not real tile. And wonder what kind of drugs they were on when they designed this wallpaper. Looks like a bad acid trip.
Mm-hmm.
And this would be cute, except that got a little damage there. Someone was nice enough to leave their cigarette butts. Okay, this is a kitchen, and you know, if you're the exhibitionist type, you got a window right here in front of the bathtub. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, going down. Can you get a picture of this Neil post? Because this one just seems oddly placed to me. Not sure what the story is on that. But that's original. And it does appear to be walnut. And what do we got going here in the ceiling? More bad news, huh? What we'd have to do is build a temporary scaffolding here where we could get to the ceiling. I think we could probably put a lot of time into this one. I'm saying 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Although once you get it cleaned up and you start doing one room at a time.
I'll tell you what you need to put in here when it's clean. It's my air freshener.
Oh, yeah.
Because I bet you all that smells probably coming from the basement. Because it's really bad in here.
Yeah, I guess we'll just do it one time. This is for sure the original flooring because it's the right width. I can't tell what kind of wood that is. Okay, I can see a little bit of wood grain. Looks like yellow pine for that too. Ah yes, the basement. Dare we?
I think we kind of have to.
Okay. Still help. Actually, that feels fairly solid. Famous last words. I feel a lot of breeze coming from downstairs. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. The bottom tread on that has broken off.
Oh yeah.
So, let me see how we... Now this is solid. So, okay. It's doable. Or we could have taken the easy route and just came in from the outside. Okay. That needs... This is solid. Real solid. So that will hold you as long as you don't put all your weight on that. Yeah, you're good. There you go. Yeah, like plan. The basement. Okay, this is where the water comes in. Notice they didn't use concrete blocks for that. Look at these chiseled stone blocks. Probably were dug up here locally and put in here whenever this house is built. And there's a water line, water meters, which is good. They haven't pulled the water meter on it yet. And see, here's some more of that brickwork, stonework. It actually has a hot water heater, a hydrojet. But as you go down to the bottom, things just get progressively worse. Oh, it had a door at one time. Yeah. But here's the good news. The floor joist, that one's got a crack, but it's solid. It's not rotted.
Fix that with is it wood epoxy you were saying?
This one I would actually just leave as is. What you can do is take a metal plate with holes drilled in the top.
Put it right here.
Yeah, and holes at the bottom. Put screws in, and that's not going anywhere. Okay, pretty solid door there. All right, to the real house of horrors. This is interesting. These model tiles. There's one right here. Let me see if that's American encaustic tile. Yes. See, it says AET on that, right there. That's American Encaustic Tiling Company. This is made in Zanesville, Ohio. That's where they had the factory. So we can see what they used on some of the metals. Let's see what else is going on here. Okay, that's the gas line. I would say that gas line has to be replaced.
Yeah, absolutely.
No way I'd feel comfortable with that.
Super rusted. That was me. That was me.
Okay. Well, here's some more of those tiles.
There's water.
Yeah, I see that. How much water?
That's a bit of water. I wouldn't go down there.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Although, it doesn't run all the way down to that end. But, you got your camera rolling?
Yep.
Okay, let's look in here. Okay. Not sure why there's a platform there. Okay. And that is for maybe a radiator system at one time, but it's got forced air, I think. Well, maybe not. Hard to say. Have to investigate that further.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like an inch of water.
Yeah,
And a bunch of mud right here.
Yeah. Well, you need to put a pump down here and hook up the generator and pump all the water out.
Yeah.
Because that's seepage water. You know, it rains. Water has to go downhill somewhere.
Yep. I think someone took the door off of this. Because I think there's a door here. There used to be a door here.
Really?
I think so.
Let's see.
Look, there should be.
Where's the door? Now that's just poison ivy. Be careful. This stuff here,
Oh, okay.
that's poison stuff. Yeah, you don't want that. Lots of bad juju there. Doors. There's doors there. There's two doors. There's one here, there's one there, but those are not entry doors. Yeah, those are interior doors. There may be a door over there, I can't tell. Anyhow. All things considered, here's some of the trim that goes upstairs. All things considered, I would say this house is restorable. Now all these stone blocks here, you want to step down for a second and catch this on camera. See, these need to be repointed. Mix up some mortar and fill in all the spaces there. Do the same thing there, you know. But you look at the joists, they look solid, they look strong. So my overall assessment of this house is it could be restored. Not going to say it would be easy or it would be cheap, but I believe it could be restored. Let's see what kind of trim we got here. Okay, this baseboard, I believe. And, nothing of any value really, but might come in handy for firewood when you put a mantle back inside. All right, I'd say let's escape from the side here. What do you think?
Agreed. I don't think it's that bad. I think the basement's probably the worst part, honestly.
It is,
that water.
but it's not catastrophic, I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go down. Can we go to the front and take some video out on the outside? Maybe from back here, just film the front. And up there at the gable, you can see the ghost of some little circles made out of wood. That was a vent, of course. And I would put that back on. Have to find a proper front door for the house too. And I bet you anything behind the columns there are the original columns, or at least some old ones. Okay?
Yep.
Shall we go?
I think so.
I'm going to call this a Porter house since apparently the owner's name right now is Porter. More research, we could find out who the original owner was and what he did. It's rough, but I think it could be restored. Question is, how deep do your pockets have to be to restore it? That remains to be found out. You want to pan around to the other side and show its neighbor here? That house was for sale too, not long ago. They were asking $10,000 for it, and it didn't sell. But that may be another project house. Okay, that wraps it up for today. More videos to follow.